Come fast, Lazarus is sick. Without your help, he will not last. Well, Mary and Martha will wash the time. Well, they waited for Jesus, he did not come. They wondered why. Well, it's over. He was running. Somebody say the wash was over. He was running. Somebody say it's over. He was running. Still
Hello everyone, greetings to all our viewers, our subscribers and our followers. It's DJ Baby once again in the house. I'd like to greet you all and I'd like to thank you so much for your unwavering support. We do really appreciate all your support, and today we have a different podcast altogether. Before I proceed, allow me to welcome my king in the studio, Mr. Ngoma. Please greet all our viewers and subscribers.
Oh, first of all, I'll start by greeting the Queen. And hello to everyone. Hello to everyone. As she has just said it, we'd like to thank you for your support. Oh, it's so amazing. We didn't expect all this support, but we would like to thank you. Even some, to an extent, they even approached us and they told us, oh, we have subscribed. So continue to subscribe, continue to hit the like button, and yes, more is coming.
Yes, we would like to thank you so much, guys. And as I highlighted to some of the people that came to me in person, I was like, guys, we really want to apologize because we are not full-time into this. We love doing this, but the problem and the challenge is actually that we're working as well. But we'll try as much as possible to make sure that we can give what we have when the time allows. So tonight, it's episode 3. Actually, I would say it's episode 1, episode 3. All right, today I'm just gonna talk to my guest here. My topic says dependent, COS dependent.
Okay,
Yes.
COS dependent.
Yes, that's
All
my
right.
topic tonight.
Okay.
COS dependent.
Yeah.
So before, maybe I should just give a hint to those that maybe do not understand what
Yes,
it means
yes.
to say COS dependent.
Yeah.
Those who are coming over the trees, over the seas.
All right.
They actually know what it means. Kuti kana munhu apinda ari COS dependent. What does it mean? It can mean that I'm the main sponsorship holder, and then the husband comes as a dependent, and with the kids as well. So yeah, my main focus is on the husband who is a dependent, because ndikuona kuti nyaya yacho aisikunyanyonetsa maningi pavanhu vakauya as the husband being the main holder,
Yeah.
and the wife being a dependent.
Yeah.
So the challenge is when you are a dependent.
Yeah.
So first of all, Mr. Ngoma, did you come as a dependent on the COS?
Yeah, of course. I came as a dependent.
Hold it there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, most of the dependents, they are really crying to God, Christ, you're actually 4 days late. The situations, they need the Lazarus situation where God has to say, Lazarus, come forth.
Yeah.
But before I go there, let's get into the issue. Yeah. Saka, Mr. Ngoma, I'm happy that you said you came as a dependent.
Yeah.
We please try as much as possible to be honest in your answers.
Yeah.
So that we can actually help someone who is in your situation or someone who came in the same way with you, but maybe not exactly in your same situation as yours, that can benefit from what we are going to discuss here.
All right.
Right.
All right.
Okay, so when you came as a dependent, were you coming kubasa kutirale po, or you had to seek employment first? What was your situation?
All right. So when I came, the job or the placement wasn't there.
Okay.
I had to seek for one when I was in.
Okay.
Though my situation was a bit different. Let me say I was lucky, or let me say by God's grace.
Okay.
I think on the very week when I landed, I had to look for a job, and it didn't take time for my DBS to come out. I think 3 weeks after I joined my wife, that's when I started to work.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah.
So when you came, did you come at the same time with your children, or did the children join you later? What happened there?
Yeah, so when I came a month after my wife landed, and then the kids later joined in.
Okay, hold it there. Just want to, where I need one with answers, just stick to that one.
All right.
So your wife came,
Yes.
and then after 1 month, you joined.
Yeah.
And then, as you are saying, 3 weeks later, you got a job.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was just the two of you in Mese Mayenda bus.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Which is okay.
Yeah.
And then when your kids joined,
Yes.
you are both working.
Yeah.
And how the ages, are they attending school? How are you managing the? Okay, first of all, are the kids going to school?
All right. So we've got three kids, 2 of school going age, and 1 is a little one. So okay, yeah. You say
are they going to school here?
Yeah, 2 of school going age.
Okay.
Yes, they are going to school. Yeah.
How are you managing childcare? Are you both working? Kuti, are you on day shifts, both of you? Because we hear a lot of people, a lot of couples that are going you hardly get time to be with your spouse.
Yeah.
I don't want to involve the kids first, but just your spouse, you hardly get the time to be together because of my shift. Saka umwana pinda patuuma chibuda ziriko ere kumba kwenu izosho.
So on my case, when I joined in, we're both doing day shifts, both of us, which was good for us as a couple. But then when the kids joined in, I had to switch to night shift, and my wife remained on the day shift.
So it meant that if you were doing night shifts, your wife is coming in and you're going out.
Yes.
All right. So did this help in any way of like managing childcare, or what was the purpose of you shifting from day to night?
Yeah, obviously it was because of childcare, and somehow to an extent it did help, because there was always someone to look after the kids, whilst during daytime I was at home sleeping. I would do the school run and stuff like that.
Okay, so can you simply give someone an advice? If you're a couple and you've got kids that are going to school, it is advisable that you do days, the other one does nights. Is that what you're saying?
I think that's a better solution, but I'm not saying it's the best solution, because yes, in terms of child care,
which is what we are talking about right now. We're talking about child care, nothing much just childcare? Can you give someone?
Let me highlight also this other issue. We were not working like 7 days in a row.
Which I think
you
no
have
one
your 4 days. You have your 4
7
days.
days.
She has 4 days, and by lucky, if ever it so happens that your off days is either if it can be the same days that will be okay for the two of you. But
no, I'm not concerned about the
for
two.
the kids,
Don't go
for
there.
The kids, wait,
I haven't asked you about the two. I'm asking about the kids.
Yeah.
Is it beneficial for someone to go on night and the other one goes on day? Don't talk about the couple. Don't go there.
All right.
I'm asking about the safety of the kids. Can you safely advise someone?
100%.
Okay, good.
100%.
And then I don't know. I'm not too sure if you are following on Facebook. There's a page. You know, it's old channel information. It's just that they are now Awanda Shahobati. Mainly on that page, it's people who are in diaspora. It can be Australia, Netherlands, wherever they are, but UK and all that. So my situations evano akasiana, people are complaining, like people are especially dependent, as we have said, this topic is dependent. Now, my varume varikuchema kutinda kuyitiswa.
Yeah.
For those that don't understand this language, men are saying, I'm now being, I'm treated like I'm the housemaid in this house. I take care of the kids. I've got to cook. So yes, the other question I wanted to ask, since you'll be the one doing the day shifts, right? The night shift, I mean, it means that you have to make sure that the kids have eaten.
Yes.
You make sure the kids,
yeah.
How does that make you feel as a man?
Yeah, of course, to an extent, you might feel like you are stretched out to a certain extent where it's not okay with you, because when I'm saying I was doing night shifts and then during the day I'm with the kids, I also need time to rest as well. So in between the time, I have to balance it. Like I still have the time to cook for kids, the time to prepare myself to go back.
So is it something that you talked about with your wife, or it was just an inconvenience? You could see those really proper ground.
Yeah, somehow we spoke about it, but the environment, the situation, especially in UK, even if you may talk about it, some contracts at work, they won't allow you to do things the way that you as a family or you as a couple you would love things to be. So at the end of the day,
like what? If you're saying some contracts, like what?
Like okay, it could have been my wife was doing night shifts and I do the day shift.
But either way, one of you had to do the night, one has to do the day shift. Okay.
I'm just trying to make it clear that in some places, in some instances, where I've heard people saying so and so's contract or COS as it were, was on itself is a contract. It doesn't allow you to change on the way, like in terms of shift patterns.
Or day or night.
Yeah,
okay.
Shift patterns.
Understood.
Yeah.
So you didn't answer my question.
Yeah.
Did it ever make you feel like now I'm being the woman? I have to make sure that the kids are like doing their even lunch boxes, did this thing even bring a crack or a strain in your marriage? Now it's like a shift. This chores from where we come from.
Yeah.
It's a load of a woman. A woman where also gets abandona, a pekis kaftini, a guest abandona. But now it has twisted, especially when you have come as a dependent, you have to play around the main holder's contract.
Just wait a bit. Let me correct you. Where we come from, it's not like it's a total responsibility of women to do all those chores, household chores.
Okay.
You sometimes when you are available, when you are there, you would cook for your family.
Okay.
But maybe on this situation you're talking about, it could be like five days in a row. It's very possible. You being like, now it's your main duty, as it were.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you are saying
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that you when you are from where we come from, you don't help your wife. You are saying it's actually easier for someone who was doing those things even when they were that side. It doesn't become a burden. It doesn't become a duty. Because you used to do that, like helping your partner. Yes. So what we are saying, guys, to all who just joined, we are saying we are talking about dependence as per se, dependent in the sense that murume ndiye awuya pa sponsorship yako and you are the main holder. So most of the couples vari kuchema kuti vana baba ndo vari kuchema ndiri kuitiswa, I'm the one who's doing everything and my wife is not doing anything and all that. So yeah, this is what Mr. Ngoma has just given us. All right, let's hold it there. All hope is gone for some men who are dependents in their relationships because they feel like they are now doing everything. I'm taking care of the kids. All hope is gone. I've seen a lot of people saying, I'd rather go back home. I cannot be treated like this. Here is the main thing. I'll ask you a question now.
Yeah.
Before I tell you what I've seen on those platforms. So tell me, if your wife comes in and you're going out, how do you balance the intimacy of husband and wife? Because varume vari kuchema kuti tiri kunyimwa bonde, munhu anotouya ane mood yake, you can't even touch them. The moment even when you are off on that time, you're not gonna put the viki because of the pattern, shift pattern and it.
Yeah.
And then when the man tries to advance on the woman, they are so arrogant. They are full big-headed because they are the sponsorship holders, and they feel like I have arrived. So they feel like somebody, How do you balance that in your relationship? How is it working?
All right. I don't believe if you are someone who is respectful to your spouse, an environment can easily change you. Or we're talking about work here, that because now you are in the pound land and you start to change. I don't think an environment can change you to that extent. What I believe is maybe this person, the true colors were not shown when they were back home. It was just like, okay, that's the convenience that is there. I have to get married, I have to be with someone. But now maybe they are feeling like they've achieved something in life, the sponsorship and then control, like in control as in having been the sponsorship holder, and in control as in I'm the one, this other one is depending on me. It shouldn't be a problem at the end of the day. Actually, UK, one good thing about UK is if you try to climb the ladder of success alone, it will humble you. It's not easy here. So it's an advantage for you to work as a team, and especially in this setup is with your spouse.
So
yeah.
You have diverted from my question. I'm
Okay,
saying,
can you say
intimacy
rephrase
and
it? Intimacy.
yes.
I was getting there.
Please try to be straight to the point.
All right, I was getting there. Now, on the issue of intimacy, for me, it's just a matter of communication. If communication, haven't you read stories of those spouses in a refugee camp where there are a lot of restrictions and yet the intimacy grows in that environment? So it's all about the mindset. I don't know, it can be anyone amongst the two of you. Maybe it might be the man feeling that now there's a lot in my plate, as it were, the household chores that we're talking about, or
the husband is the one who's saying, not complaining about the house chores.
Yeah.
We have passed that one.
Yeah.
We are saying, the husband is saying, I'm advancing on my wife, and
Yeah,
the
but then,
let
let me bring
so the
this
husband
point.
is strong, he wants it,
Yeah,
but the woman doesn't
let
want
me bring this point before I forget it. Any form of relationship, as I said, communication is key. Communication cannot only intimacy cannot only be sparked by physical touch, kisses, and stuff like that. Intimacy can as well be sparked by cooking a meal for a wife and let her know that you are doing this because you love her so much and you do appreciate that at least she's also playing a part, though the part that she's playing, it might be but doing that, she's doing it for the family. So communication in intimacy, unfortunately, it's not a one size fit all. I cannot. It's subjective, so it will depend with the two that are involved, how they want to define their own intimacy, as it were.
All right. So I hear a lot of people who are taught the kind of jobs that most dependents are getting. It's food deliveries, whereby we spend the whole day driving. And some of them they get Mabasa a warehouse, and some of them they get a whole lot of different jobs which are hard. And also, as the main holder, will also be having the basara care, it strains the body.
Yes,
so what advice can you give to a couple that is they are both working, because you have to work, both of you you bring something on the table. So these people are working and they are trying to manage the school run, because one is doing day, one is doing night. What's your advice in terms of kuti? The other one feels kuti, they are starved in terms of kuana water, as Tinashe would say. What's your advice?
Intimacy for me, it's a mind game. It is to be in your mind. I think it was here in the UK when I introduced this to my wife, to say I want sex to be more interesting. Then to introduce what I called gourmet, and to explain again to my wife, to say, okay, we have been having intimacy, but with this kind of environment where it's work, I want us once in a while to have that special moment. And she welcomed it. She was excited about it. She will always look forward to it, even in times when maybe I'm so tired, I'm so pressured with work, because UK it's all about work. She would then remind me to say, when are you going to pick up apply for here they call it annual leave, for an off day, maybe for a weekend, so that it can be just the two of us. Whereas for me, it would be a lie to say in a 7 working days, 7 days a week, or 30 to 31 days a month, and you tell me out of the 30 to 31 days in a month, you fail to find just one day for your umuntu wakho. That's a big lie. So it's all about your priorities.
Okay, hold
Yeah.
it there. If you're
Yeah.
saying for 30 days you fail to find a day for your spouse,
Yeah.
are you saying Kutivan, they are staffed for 30 days? People get to have each other once a month.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm
Yeah.
saying here you'll be trying to create that, that
The
climax.
government's experience.
Yeah, that climax
Okay.
of all the experiences.
Okay.
In the other days of the month, it can be those, the wash and go,
Okay.
Konokana joti yanga, bye bye.
But you need to find a
But
special
you
day
need
for
to
the
find a
government.
special day.
Okay. So, okay, guys, we believe that each and every couple, people are different, and ngokuhlukana kwethu, we love things differently.
Yeah.
So, as a couple, find out what is it that your partner likes.
Yeah.
What is it that my husband or my wife likes? In what is it they enjoy and
Yes.
and then make that government experience that you will know, but at least once a month we can have the wash and go every other day, because even there is a time one day you are going to work but your wife or your partner is at home, but you will be the one to go, so you can always have those wash and go, but find a special moment to rebuild the relationship, to rebuild the closeness, the oneness. Apart from my challenges, people are finding it hard because of childcare.
Yeah.
People are finding it hard because of my shift patterns. Make it a priority to find time for each other, and to make sure that you go out, find out, where can I take my partner? If the weather allows.
Yeah.
The weather allows. You cannot be starved as unless if you are having it somewhere. But if you have your partner and you love them, you put them as priority,
but
you can't be starved.
as well, it doesn't necessarily has to be having it somewhere. Do you know you can get caught up? I talked about priorities in life.
Yeah.
What do you want to come first in your life? You can get caught up to an extent you love your job more than anything else. To an extent you love your kids more than your spouse.
Yeah.
To an extent you love maybe it's a hobby more than your partner.
Yeah.
To an extent you love anything that you
things,
love
yeah.
more than your spouse. It can be an obstacle to you.
Yes.
But unfortunately for you to admit that, this thing, it is the thing that is creating the problem.
Yeah.
Most of us will say no, it's not this thing, but it's him or her. We point fingers at one another, and that does not bring any solution at the end of the day.
All right, yeah, so it's a whole lot of things, guys. It's a whole lot of things that are centered around dependent of sponsorship. Saka, no matter how it is, Jesus is on the way.
Yeah.
And he is going to resurrect your situation. It's just a matter of allowing the communication to flow in between you guys. Don't allow the pressures around you. Don't allow Kuti Iwewe as a woman. Most of the women back home, like from Zim,
Yeah.
they were just housewives.
Yeah.
They, whether the husband had too much money or had an average money or they didn't have money, but most of them were singing Basa. So when they got here, it was the first time they go to work, and it's the first time when she bought a pound and they think they have it all. They have arrived.
Yeah.
You're still that woman, and if you came here with, I believe most people came here with goals.
Yeah.
To say we want to work, though most of us were surprised.
Yeah.
Because we came to Japan out, if I come 1 year, 2 years, natenga my truck, natenga this.
Yeah.
And then when you got to the background, we then realized, no.
It's no longer greener.
These are not 2 minutes noodles.
Yeah.
Uchumbela ofuna ukuthi ubekezele uqhwathe uzovutha kodwa kusalayo uzovutha.
Yeah, uzovutha.
So we need to be patient with each other, guys.
Yeah.
And even if
maybe
late,
one more thing that I can add as well is in the UK ongafika ongulwana ozitshela ukuthi mina ngingubaba, mina ngiyindoda, ndini baba. It will humble you. In UK, idinga couples that are going to work together. It will humble you. It will teach you humility, because things are not the picture that we see outside there.
Yeah.
When you are inside, that's when you see,
yes.
That's
I was going to the finances. I wanted to wrap up, but I'm thinking I'm not going to have another episode about dependence, so rather let me tackle everything. So you might be fighting a battle. Don't be discouraged. Just he knows what you're going through. Yes. Just allow Christ. Listen to that small voice and give God a chance. He's still on time. You are not behind. You are right on track. All right, so I'm going to the issue of finances. The issue of finances. I've had a lot of couples talking about finances. Yeah, I have seen my husband sending money in Gibo. And I read a story. Okay, let me just narrate that story. This other lady was saying, we came together, we've been saving in one account, and our money was about £8,000. And I was shocked when I checked the account. There was about 2,000, and I didn't know where the other 6,000 has gone to. So she was really heartbroken, as she was saying, and she discovered the husband was sending his mom renovating their place, where their family house. So she was so heartbroken. She was seeking advice. How do I do it, guys? How can someone do this? I also have parents. I also have a house that needs to be renovated. And I also have dreams, like my own dreams, besides outside of the parents and all that. So what's your advice about finances? Because the expectation is high. We can't really deny that, especially for someone who's not been in the UK. And the family, they will be expecting urabi. They want the fruits gorabi.
Yeah.
Ujudi, they want the fruits. Yet ujudi lorabi, they also have what they want to do there too. So being in the situation per ground, seeing the reality of things, it's not gold in the silver plate. What's your advice?
Yeah, most relationship experts, or the books that I've read about relationships, yeah, they do. If they are not focusing on sex, they focus on finances. It's one thing that can break or make up a relationship. And on this situation where one has to sneak out the money to his family and stuff like that. I think we have
both
to,
ways.
Like, we have to go
the situation
back to,
was just the scenario was just the man.
I don't understand.
It can be the woman sneaking out. Yes.
All I can say is we have to go back to the foundations of this individual, the family where they come from, and maybe as well as the foundation of the relationship. From what I know, what I've heard others doing, what it's a norm, especially in Africa. When you get married, you are married to them, whether you are male or female. You automatically, you are now part of that other family more than it will be this side.
Yeah.
Hence, the best way to do it is when I'm the one, maybe I'm the breadwinner in that case. I cannot fine, the situation that the case study that you just brought in here was they were saving together. But let's say I'm just the breadwinner, I have to respect this other one. And then I bring the money at the table. Everything has to be transparent. And when it's going to be sent, the word to the sender, the in-laws in this case, it has to be your daughter-in-law or your son-in-law is the one who did this. So that thing, it brings respect. They will respect your relatives, will at the end of the day respect your spouse, because whatever achievements they are seeing, it's not our son or our daughter's achievements. At the end of the day, it is that family, our in-law or something like that. So I think in such a situation, the lack of respect that we see from this other spouse on something that they've agreed upon to say these are the savings, that nerve to use that money, and especially to this on this instance, to the to his own family where he was born or where he came from, it shows disrespect to this other person. And from my own opinion, I would say the receiver, they should have thanked this
The
other
daughter-in-law
one.
to say
Daughter-in-law
thank you so
or
much.
son-in-law, thank you so much for what you did. But I do understand some parents will just keep quiet.
And say my son.
My son is
Is
working
in
so
UK.
hard.
Yeah.
Listen.
All right, guys. That's our theme today. Dependent. COS dependent. There's so much that is going on. Really. I just want to take out the message to everyone who's going to come across this video, to say just be patient with the people, our family members that came over to UK or wherever they are. It's not easy in the first world countries. I know the expectation is high when people move over. People think that it's just easy as that. But the reality of things on the ground, it's not what we thought when we were that side. It's not as bad if you are both working. If both parties are working and you are working together to achieve one goal, it is doable. It is doable. And I would like to actually urge the people inside before I give the people outside, Kumba, the ones that are already inside. If you work together as a couple, you bring both finances on the table, you cover your expenses, your bills and everything. Mochuona kuti Mariama yamuru kuseva this month imari. And then if you are to send back home, you have to balance both sides. But okay, we are going to be sending our parents both sides of Kumba. And also chirikura yamanu vari kunoko black tax mwana wa watumira mbudzi yawira mgumba watumira this and that, because vanhu vari kumusha ma complaints haaperi. I'm not saying ignore them, but we also need a spirit of discernment to see that is this an emergency or not, because you might be happy to but you are starving yourself financially. You are left with nothing, and at the end of the day as a couple you have nothing to save. And time is moving. Time will come for you to go back home and you have nothing. The very people that were asking, you will find them running in Zimbabwe. They have all these nice things that you don't have. So let us help, let us reach out, let us support our families, but also let us think for ourselves. And I also want to add on to say the other thing that can help you save as a couple, it's still an advantage. In some parts in UK, there are food banks. There are food banks. It's not a secret. Put my food banks. You can save that money that you were supposed to buy groceries, because I always hear people saying things are cheap. It's not cheap. things are expensive in my shops. I don't know where they're buying is really cheap.
No, it's just an illusion. When you get to the shops, everything is there and you think it's cheap.
It's not cheap.
It's not cheap.
Yes, if you are actually to write down and see the grocery list and how much you spend a month, you realize things are not cheap. So my advice to people that are already inside, also use the food banks.
Yeah.
Also use my recycled groups where you can actually come and collect things like furniture. In some parts, I heard some, but in some parts of the UK, kunema recycle groups where you can actually get a lovely couch, you can get a TV, you can get that. Instead of now using your money to buy those things, you save Mariako, you can now do something back home. So yeah, today we are talking about COS. Anything to add, Mr. Ngoma, before we wrap up our show?
Maybe the last thing it will be, the Bible says, unless the Lord builds a house, those that builds it, they build it in vain. Let me take it this way and say, unless the two that are working in the UK involve Jesus in their lives, whatever they are doing it in vain. Because UK has proven to us that yes, the pound is power, but when it gets to your pocket, sometimes there's a lot that will be waiting for you. So we need to pray that the Lord be part of our relationships. And then someone once said, a family or a couple that prays together, they stay together.
Yes. Thank you so much. So yeah, I just want to say to you, even if he's 4 days late, he's still on time.
Amen.
God is able to resurrect your situation. Maybe you're about to even go back home because your spouse is treating you otherwise. Go back to God. God will not ignore you. Even if he's 4 days late, he's still on time.
They waited for Jesus, he did not come. They wondered why. The gentle watch is over. Somebody said the watch was over. He was running late. Somebody said he's so long, he's a man. Feels to leave.
Yes. Some is saying, God, if you've been here, my relationship would be okay. Just give it a try. God is never too late. He can resurrect your relationship with your spouse. I'd like to thank you so much, guys, for watching. Do not forget to subscribe, to like, and to share our page. Once again, it's Ra and Jubabe on our YouTube podcast. For now, we would like to say bye.